Hello from Comic Boss 1. Hello to fellow comic collectors. Today I have something truly special to show you. However, before I do that, I'd just like to dedicate this video to my father Graham, who died when I was 13. I started collecting because of him, and his memory lives on with each book. Also to my 15-year-old son, whom I love very much and has shared my love of collecting since he was very young. Okay, so this is the cream of a much larger collection. I'm not boasting when I say this, but the volume 2 and 3 is the most comprehensively complete I've seen on YouTube. Please check out my complete runs. I've put the links in the description. Those videos are currently 6 years old, but I'm still getting lovely feedback from them to this day. Thank you for all the kind messages. One subscriber was effusive with praise, saying it's the best, most complete runs he's seen, and I really, genuinely appreciate that. I've watched plenty of other videos since, and you're all doing some great work with your own runs. So keep going, guys. The point of today's video is to address some outstanding questions raised by you guys from those videos and to provide you with an update. Here you see a lot of keys, and that's impressive. It blows my mind to see them here, let alone to actually be a custodian of these precious markers of comic book history. Yet their true majesty is only enhanced when you see them in their native environment of the complete runs. Yet today, it's the completionists among you that are in for a real treat. Today we have something very special in store. Not only do we have currently the highest grade examples of issue 48, 50 and 51 on the census, but we have something pretty special on top. Something that you will rarely see. I'm going to spend time on each of these books individually in upcoming videos, where we'll be taking a closer look at everything you see here right now, but I wanted to show it all in one space, at one time, and hopefully you'll find it as mind-blowing as I do. Here we have issue 48 of volume 3. This is the beginning of the end for Hal Jordan, and the start of the beginning for Kyle Rayner. Let's take a closer look. Here it is, issue 48, and this is the beginning of the end for Hal Jordan and the start of the beginning for Kyle Rayner, who has his first appearance in this book. Writer on Mars was given a heck of a task, but boy did he deliver. Great cover by Darryl Banks, and he'd shortly become the regular interior and cover artist, and is my personal favourite Green Lantern artist of all time. Actually, he's my favourite artist of all time. Now, here's a 9/8 of issue 50. In this, Hal Jordan kills Kilowog, Sinestro, and nearly all of the Guardians of the Universe. It's also the first appearance, actually I think he kills Kilowog, I think in issue 49, I think off the top of my head, but he's dead by this one anyway, and Sinestro dies as well. Nearly all of the Guardians of the Universe as well. It's also the first appearance of Kyle as Green Lantern, but he's wearing the generic Lantern uniform, similar to his predecessor, Hal Jordan. A glow-in-the-dark cover, no less. I love that cover as well. It was a fun cover. Hopefully you can see as well, if I put my arm above my head, you should be able to see the book to the right, which is obviously issue 51. Now, this is probably most people's favourite Kyle book, as this was where the story really started, and he becomes the sole Green Lantern. It's one of my personal favourite comic book covers of all time as well. You can argue about, the execution of it. It's just something that stays in my mind, and it's seared into the, when I saw it in adverts, it's one of those, like one of the hot books that you had to have at the time. It's also the first appearance of Kyle's new uniform, and probably the one he's most associated with. Now, there's another book that should go with these. Any idea which one I'm talking about? It's not the one you're thinking. Most of you are probably going to say this book. Yeah, that's right, issue 49. Very, very famous cover. Possibly the most famous or swiped cover from Green Lantern. And while there are a number of Green Lantern Corps member deaths in this book, there is, in my opinion, another book which is a more significant key. However, I just wanted to show you this first of all. Okay, so in my opinion, it's this book, issue 54. This is the death of Alexandra DeWitt. It's quite a big book. It's a controversial book. The book is monumental not only to Cal's development of character, but also it would later give birth to the term fridging. In my opinion, this book deserves more recognition as a key than it's currently afforded. If you're a Green Lantern fan, especially a Kyle Rayner fan, you need to own this book. Okay, so this is pretty special. You've got some first appearances, some deaths, a culturally significant book, and then to top it off, you've got them in high grade, 3 of which are currently the highest grade on the census. What could be more special than this? Completionists, you're in for a treat. Before you see the direct sales copies, and these are cool. What could be cooler? How about seeing every, what I call, naturally occurring variant ever printed? I think a lot of folk look at these books and see the barcode and think it's the newsstand or whatever, and it's just become, it's kind of almost synonymous with just that issue, each issue, and they look at it and they think that that's it, that's the only variant or whatever of that book, the only copy of that book. Well, it's not true. If you look carefully, you'll see it actually says on the just above or to the side of the barcode, depending on your orientation, direct sales. This edition was distributed via comic stores, which were pretty prevalent at the time. The actual newsstand edition is different, and I'm going to show you that. I have one for each of them. Indeed, I have them for the whole run. So let's start with this, because I showed it you earlier. That's my copy from, it must be close to 30 years ago. I know it says 94. I think it was February 94, but I got it a good few months after that. I've been collecting for over 30 years, but you know, you miss some things. Anyway, so that's the direct sales version, okay? And then you've got this, which some people do show off on here. I know occasionally you'll see one. The DC Universe logo UPC variant, okay? Now, the difference between that is obviously this one you could get from a comic store, regular comic store off the shelf. This one you would get in something called DC multi-pack. And you'd get like maybe, I don't know, some of them I think there were just a couple of comics, and then some there were like handfuls, 5 to, I don't know, 6, 8, something like that. I've shown the packs before, so, and I'll show one again later if you want. But that is also, this is a real rarity now that you're seeing. You're seeing the direct sales version together with the newsstand version. And you can see, you know, you could get this off the racks in like a convenience store, 9-11, whatever type place, 7-Eleven, sorry, whatever type of place it was. Seeing those 3 together is quite a rarity. Now, what I've got is, and it's taken a long time obviously, is I've got that kind of depth for each and every single issue that you see in front of you, but more besides, which I'll show you. And again, I'm going to drill down further on each issue in upcoming videos. So here's issue 48, the same again. Not only do we have the direct sales copy, we have the DCU logo copy and a newsstand copy. All of them in high grade. All beautiful books. Again, I've had that one, the direct sales one, for, well, plus 30 years. Well, no, sorry, it will be about 30 years, won't it? 94. 2024 now, so there you go. And again, not only do we see the direct sales copy, we see the newsstand, and we see the DC Universe logo edition from the multi-packs. Again, with a high grade direct sales edition as well. Okay, so for this one, issue 51, you've got the direct sales version. You can see that this one's actually double signed by Ron Mars and Daryl Banks. And then you've got the, there you go, there's the signature certificate of authenticity. Then you've got the newsstand copy. And then you've got the, there's quite a few here. Then you've got the DCU logo version, the multi-pack edition. And then you've got something which will look similar So yeah, you think it's the same thing, but it's actually not. Notice the difference? Well, there's a couple. You'll see the font colour of the title and also the Roman numerals indicating that it's actually a second print. Some people think of these as second prints. They're not. These were distributed differently through the multi-packs to reach a slightly different audience. This is actually a second printing, printed later because of demand for the book. And then you've got this, which is a real rarity, which is the German print, German edition, which was actually a reprint. It was done a few years later, and I had to have it. The same cover. You can see some of the subtle differences as well in that, whether it's newstand or direct sales or DCU, this bit's always blurred out, always blotted out because of that box, which on this one, it obviously isn't. Okay, so finally then is this issue 54. Now this is actually the very copy, the very issue that I had from being a teenager. And boy, what a book it was, what a story it was. Alexander DeWitt got killed in this one in the most gruesome of circumstances you can imagine. For me, I enjoyed the story. I thought it was a really great read, and it was a real hook into the title. It gave you stakes into Kyle and seeing how he'd carry on. I'd just lost my father a few years ago, so I found this character to be really relatable in those circumstances. Yeah, great, big book this. When you think about underrated keys, if you think about the impact of this, not just to the comic community, but not just to Green Lantern and Kyle Rayner, but also to the comic community in general, it had a major kind of cultural impact in those terms. Okay, so that's the direct sales version. Then we've got the newsstand edition as well, and then on top of that we've also got this, which was from the multi-pack edition as well. So I love seeing those three together. And then I've added a rather cheeky little foreign language edition again. So it's just those things, again, completists, you will get it, I know you will. And there'll be people out there who perhaps haven't had the joy of doing completist kind of runs, who have just stuck to keys, and that's great too. Not knocking key collectors in any way, shape or form. I'm a key collector myself as well. If you look at some of my other videos, you'll see what I mean. My top 50, top 10, whatever videos they are. But the satisfaction that you can get from owning a complete run, it's, for me personally, it's on another level. You'll really, if you haven't tried it, try it. You'll really enjoy it. It can be highly frustrating at points, but it can be so rewarding when it actually all comes off. So yeah, I'll just show you in the full glory if I can. I don't think I'll be able to capture everything on here, but it'll give you all in one place and all at one time. That is quite an impressive sight. From a collector's perspective, that is a really impressive sight. Seeing them all in one place, all at one time. You've got a DCU variant logo, newsstand, direct sales, same again. Then you've got, I think I'm losing. You've got a few direct sales copies there. You've got newsstand. You've got direct sales, newsstand, DC logo, second print, which is pretty rare. And then you've also got on top of that a foreign language edition reprint as well. And then it's kind of same there without the second print. So that's what I wanted to show you. I'll drill down in one place. I just want to say I had some really nice feedback from you guys as well, which was just a few months ago, saying that the volumes, the runs that I was showing, they were the most comprehensive runs that you'd ever seen. I think somebody said it's the best collection they've ever seen for Green Lantern. I just want to say thank you very much. Whether that's true or not, I've looked around. I think it's a pretty good collection, and I just really appreciate the sentiment though, because if you're collecting runs, something like that, words like that mean a lot. Shout out to Thanatos, and there's a few others out there. I think now there's the Emerald Enthusiast. I love these guys. They're great guys. They understand, they get it. I know you get it as well if you're watching this. And if you don't appreciate the runs, at least you might appreciate some of the keys as well. There was a showcase 22 at the beginning. I think it's obscured now. First 3 appearances. For anybody who's wondering why there's a Brave and the Bold 28 there, I think it's the 4th appearance of Hal Jordan as Green Lantern. So there you go. You've got his first 4 appearances. And then there was a Green Lantern 1, I think first John Stewart, first Guy Gardner, first Sinestro. There's plenty there, so feel free, have a look. Okay, so just one more thing before I go as well, just to show you. When I said multi-pack, this is what I mean. I've shown, in the other videos, I show a lot more of these. I can't remember how many there are. There's between, I think, about 5 and 10 packs. I think there's about 30 odd of the issues. I've got them all of these DCU logo type prints. I've got them all. They all come out like this. The ones where it doesn't actually show them on the backs, but this is one, it's verified. And they basically would come in packs like this. This one is actually signed by Martin Adele. I've got another one which isn't as well, and I've got all the other boxes, but they'd come in packs like that, Green Lantern Collector's sets. And they would basically all be the DCU multi-pack editions. And sometimes you'd also, there were then oddities like this, which is effectively a similar type thing. I've got this, you'll see it in my other video. I've got Newstand, got a direct sales edition, and this is a special one for 0 Hour, because they would do 0 Hour multi-packs. So you would get like a 0 Hour Superboy, 0 Hour Superman, Detective, that kind of thing. And the issue would be 0. So yeah, but they'd have their own kind of imprint, and that would be a similar type thing with these. So you'd have newstand, direct sales, and then one of these. I love the art of collecting. I love the completionist aspects where you actually complete whole runs. It's one of the most enjoyable things you'll ever do. So please do go at it and have fun. Keep the faith, keep collecting.